There's not many of them, Jim.
Well, I guess if you can have the perfect start. He kicked off with a 180. And he ends with a 138. That is a perfect way to start the day for Jim McKuen.
Only the one treble with 2 darts. But that treble needs to be treble 18. He gets it. Bull for the match. What a start from Jim McKuen. Unbelievable finish. And he finished the day yesterday with a 146. Today, that 138 early doors. And then that one to win the match, the 106. Jim McKuen. That's why he's a champion. That's why he means business today. And look at those numbers. 98.52 from Jim. And you still feel that there's a gear or two still to come. 4 from 7 on the outer ring. Sublime with the big finishes. Jim McKuen starts with 2 points and puts the pressure on the next players. It's Leonard Gates next against Yan Macintosh.
Fantastic here from McIntosh when he looked out at this leg. Oh, double 11. We've been seeing a lot of double-doubles this week. And that's
shot on the first leg, Leonard
planned.
Directed at Yan about his finishing. Double 12 here for Leonard.
Game shot on the fourth leg,
so
Leonard
good on the doubles.
So we talk about where he can get away with it, and when you're playing those top players, you won't be able to.
Fifth leg, it's Leonard to throw first.
Does he get away with it?
Of this match has been the doubling of Leonard Gates, and no problems, no
match,
dramas. Leonard Gates. Just a little reminder to those top 3 that he's still here. He will fancy his chances of going through the card today because he has those levels. For Yan Macintosh, he continues to impress. He's on debut. As we look at the tail of the tape there, Yan was averaging much more than Leonard throughout that game, but Leonard's doubles 4 from 9, another 100 plus finish. Leonard Gates moves to 12 points. Big game coming up. James Richardson versus Jake McMillan. Jake McMillan didn't get the headlines
28.
this morning. Didn't get our vote.
Game
he
shot
might now because that
Jake
is
McMillan.
superb. And he points to the floor. I'm here. I want to win it. Magnanimous in defeat as always, James Richardson. He knows where the camera is as well. A stunning start from the Canadian. A 4-0 victory, averaging over 91. That will do nicely. The big games keep on coming. It's Leonard Gates looking to keep challenging against Johan Angstrom. That's up next.
Leonard,
go on, do the accent. Call this 119 in the accent
of Leonard Gates. Put a shrimp on the barbie. Tops.
Game shot on the second
He
leg.
is
Leonard
so
Gates.
good on the doubles. It's no coincidence, is it? He hits those doubles in
Third leg, it's
meaningful
Johan to throw
moments.
first.
That's why he's holding so many titles right now.
time on his hands to come back for tops, to wrap this up, and to put himself in the mix.
Leonard, you require 40.
Well, we did say that the timetable was good for him,
Game
but you
shot
have to
on
beat
the
the players. Leonard Gates moved to that 14 points and motoring very nicely. Johan Angstrom, if you are watching back, he holds his hands. You are not playing badly, sir. But Leonard Gates suddenly is woken up this week and he's putting a little run together now. Now he's got some big head-to-head clashes, but look at the numbers. 104.79, 66% on the outer ring, another 119 finish. Outstanding stuff from the American. Big game coming up. Top of the table. It's Jake McMillan against Jim McKuen. Don't hit the 4. What a dart that is. Double 12. And from absolutely nowhere, he holds his hands in apology, but he doesn't mean any of that because Jim McKuen had that leg. The setup play was disappointing.
Fifth leg,
it gave Jake just a little bit of an outside chance.
In this group. Could go top.
Well, did not expect that. A couple of times today, sort of feeling that shoulder, so be desperate to win this group.
Game shot on the sixth flag. Jake McMillan.
Captain of Canada is fighting like mad. And does he become favourite for this match?
Just to tap him on the shoulder.
56.
For the match. And for a 4-point lead in this Group A campaign. It's the magic man McMillan who wins 4-3 in an absolute thriller here at the Motor Super Series. And how big will that double 10 be? 4 points clear at this stage of the day. We didn't really talk about Jake McMillan this morning. And never mind the averages there. Super competitive, super tight. Nothing to separate them through them games. McKuen had his chance, didn't take it. McMillan did. He moves to 18 points. And next up, it's the favourite before start to play today, James Richardson. He plays Yan Macintosh. Yeah, straight on the first. Perfect.
Game
Quality
shot
finish
from
a brilliant player in James Richardson. Once again, Yan Macintosh is here. He's learning on the job. So close, yet so far for the man from the Faroes. But James Richardson, just a little reminder to Jake McMillan that he's still about. He did lose his first game, but at times that was a very professional and polished performance from James. He moves to 16 points. The big games keep on coming. It's top of the table, Jake McMillan. He's up next against Johan Angstrom.
Johan, you require 76.
Brett Claydon is someone who you like the look of. Aaron Johnson. No Croft, so plenty to come still. But it's all about Johan Angstrom in this match.
Game shot on the second leg. Johan Angstrom.
I always remember a chat with Richard Ashdown when you see that winning line. And you have to run through it. And Johan Angstrom is a dart away from 3-0.
Game shot on the third leg.
Incredible start to this match. Johan Angstrom hasn't won for a long, long time.
108.
Played 5 yesterday, lost 5. Played 2 today, lost 2.
I'm just going to make a note that at the point of 3-0 down, Jake McMillan was averaging 65. Will we be talking about that?
180.
Jake may miss and Johan may hit. I've never seen the like.
Could you imagine averaging 65 for 3 legs, then going out in 96. 9?
Jake, you require 141.
Ooh.
57.
But for Jake, though, this is sizable because it might give him a foothold back in this match.
Been here before. Been 3-0 behind this man, and I just wonder who's thinking of that more. Is it the motivation for Jake? Or is it a saint of Johan? It's not going to happen again because another lovely leg from Johan, despite the fact that Jake is double 11 away from a sensational leg of dart, a 12 dart. Not of appreciation from Johan. About Monday, 2 o'clock was the last time that Johan tasted a victory. 67, he's guaranteed himself a dart. Add a double, that dart is double 8. What a finish.
On the match, Johan Angstrom.
And that makes this league, this Group A, very, very interesting. Jake McMillan looks very ponderous as he's thinking there. A little fist bump from Johan because he's just trying to build some confidence for his Group C campaign. But that was a real mixed bag there for Jake McMillan. And you can just sense that the big winners there are the players coming up next. As we look at the tail of the tape there, Johan Angstrom over a 90 average, and look at his checkout ratio. That's been his Achilles heel. 4 from 5 this time. Don't miss the next one. Leonard Gates, James Richardson. This for 3-3, and to take it all the way, it's double 8.
Game shot on the 6th flag.
Clean as
James
a whistle.
Richardson.
Quality game. 2 very, very good players. I called the American Route 69 this week at the quiz instead of 66. Can he find that route of 69? There's options on this one. A beautiful start. That leaves double 12. Just once again, just composing himself. Talked about his strength on a double and under critical moments, under high-pressured situations, Leonard Gates is one of the very, very best. He is right in the mix now. The American strides up the stage, and James Richard will be thinking, will I get any more chances? A quality affair. Look at the numbers there. You can look at everything right across the board, from the 95 average from Gates. Excellent on the outer ring. A superb match. And Jim McKuen, we haven't seen him for a while. He's up next against Yan Macintosh.
The negativity of one event or one campaign affect the next. And there are positives in there for Yan Macintosh. He's getting chances. But when you're missing doubles, it's when you get these really peculiar ones that tend to just go straight in.
64.
Oh.
Wow.
Jim, you require 136.
Well, if Jim McKuen wanted a motivation for this 136, that last dart's just giving him it. Yan said, you can't hit 136. I was about to say, Jim said, hold 96. My court.
Yan, you require 32.
Well, he's opted to come to this area of the board.
$28. Jim, you require 40.
A little shake of the head. Inevitability of McKuen hitting tops.
Game
Absolutely. McKuen leads 4-1. It wasn't pretty throughout that game. But the most important thing for Chucky there was the 2 points. For Yan Macintosh, a slightly disappointing below performance. He'll have one more game to play very soon. But it's Jim McKuen that does move on to those 16. It's getting really exciting here in the Group A campaign. And the next game is a real big one. It's a North American clash. It's Jake McMillan against Leonard Gates. Let's start. It might take a bit of magic to win this game. How does he do it? Leonard Gates, you are so impressive as a dart player. 76 when they're under big pressure.
68. Jake, you require 40.
First sign of frustration, and that is because he knows the capabilities of Jake McMillan. And the chance here for Jake McMillan not only to break the throw, but to put himself back favourite to win this game.
Game shot on the 6th flag.
Outstanding, Jake. In this game, this is now a best of 2 or 1. Unbelievable.
180.
Well, after losing that last game to Johan Angstrom, this is fantastic play here from Jake
100.
McMillan, who's just
Jake,
a dart away.
24.
Staying top.
It's very much in the hands of Jake McMillan. A sensational victory. Another wonderful comeback. And it's played Leonard Gates 3 times this week, won 3 times. A little wave to the camera there. Leonard Gates was excellent throughout. Another 90-plus average there from Leonard Gates. But Jake McMillan, boy, is he good. He will be feeling marvellous. It's in his hands. He has a 4-point lead. And if he beats Yan Macintosh in his final game, he will be there on Saturday night. A brilliant match. And it is Yan Macintosh who's up next. He plays Johan Angstrom. Well, he had missed-darted double 10 in the previous leg, but not this time. Johan Angstrom gets over the winning line. 2 wins on the spin for Johan Angstrom. Yan Macintosh, been a difficult day so far. You can see shaking his head. They know each other's games. Not an awful lot of separating the numbers there. Wants to be better on the outer ring, does Jan, but it's Johan Angstrom that moves to double figures. He goes to 10 points. The big games keep on coming. It's James Richardson next against Jim McKuen.
Jimmy require 158.
Plan B, and McKuen has been here before this week, remember. Not this time. Got the last 3 darts.
134.
Jim McKuen knows he can't win this group.
Game shot on the
it's
match.
Richardson. That's another classic. You can see the disappointment there from Jim McKuen. You can see the positive and negatives on both players. But James Richardson was a deserved winner in the end. He broke him at 3-1.
Game shot on the 3rd leg. Jake McMillan. Jake, you require
all the characteristics
60.
you need to be a champion here at the Super Series.
Game shot on the 4th leg. Jake McMillan.
It was a very nervy first leg.
It's Jake to throw first.
One big score.
Game on.
And you can smell victory. One huge score makes him a massive favourite.
If we go back to when you asked me a question a few minutes ago, can he win Saturday night? I said yes, for reasons like that. Because that's not the first time he's done
100.
that. So many times in a big leg does he come out and hit the big maximum. He's going to back it up.
140.
What a time to produce your best darts. 180, 140. Good response from Yan.
100.
It's all about this man. At least 6 darts and 181.
141.
Absolutely beautiful. But a potential 10-darter and potential qualification or guaranteed qualification.
100.
It's tops
Jake, you
for
require
McMillan.
40.
He was fairly unknown on Monday,
Game
but
shot
not
and the
anymore.
match.
McMillan
Jake
wins
McMillan.
Group A. He will be here on Saturday night. And look at the delight from the Canadian. Once again, what a time to produce your best darts. 180, 140. Good response from Yan.
100.
It's all about this man. At least 6 darts and 181.
141.
Absolutely beautiful. But a potential 10-darter and potential qualification or guaranteed qualification.
100.
It's tops
Jake, you
for
require
McMillan.
40.
He was fairly unknown on Monday,
Game
but
shot
not
and the
anymore.
match.
McMillan
Jake
wins
McMillan.
Group A. He will be here on Saturday night. And look at the delight from the Canadian. Once again, Yan, very magnanimous in defeat. He'll come back fighting. But Jake McMillan tops Group A. And what a fantastic achievement for the Canadian. He will be over the moon as we move to the penultimate game. It's a decider for Group B. The winner of this match will be in Group B. The loser will be in Group C. And that match is Jim McKuen against Leonard Gates next.
It's the wrong time. That's all it's down to. They've had, when we look at who's been the most explosive player, has to be Leonard Gates.
180.
He's just been doing it not at those key moments.
Explosive is a word, I think, for a Saturday night as well.
44. Leonard, you
I just
require
sense if
81.
Leonard can get to Saturday night. And I totally expect the pair of these players to be there Saturday night when he becomes dangerous. Double 16, Leonard. You've gone the right way.
Game
Only
shot on the
Leonard
fourth
could finish
leg.
like
Leonard
that.
Gates.
Ace.
I think it's a nice rhythm. It's a
Shot on
15-darter
the fifth
rhythm.
leg. Jim McKuen.
McKuen is back in this game, and I just sensed when he was thrown quicker, had he just thought that Leonard Gates was going to run
Sixth
away
leg.
with
It's
this.
Leonard to throw first.
And he's got Leonard Gates shaking his
Game
head.
on.
Done with.
Leonard, you require 8. Game shot
Gates
and the
will
match.
play in
Leonard
Group
Gates.
B tomorrow night, and Jim McKuen will play in Group C tomorrow. That was the scenarios that walked on there. It had a match that had a bit of everything. It went the total distance, but it's Leonard Gates that gets the final win. If you look at the stats, you would think it was one-way traffic for Gates, but it went right down to that final double. But Leonard Gates will be back tomorrow night, and we'll see Jim in Group C as we go to the final game of the day. It's Johan Angstrom against James Richardson.
Game shot and the
James
match.
Richardson
Johan
had plenty of
Angstrom.
opportunities to win that game. He wasn't able to. And Johan Angstrom, who's been beaten 9 times already across his Group A campaign, leaves us with a very, very positive sign. 2 points, a victory against James Richardson, and he will be moving off into Group C. For James Richardson, we know his fate. He'll be back tomorrow night, joining Leonard Gates and the other players as part of a Group B campaign. But for now, it's a 4-3 victory for Johan Angstrom.
Indeed it is, Johan Andersson with a 4-3 win then. Because of what actually happened elsewhere today, his day actually has probably gone a little bit under the radar.
Not by me. And we tried to mention it on comms there that Johan Angstrom had a very difficult day yesterday. Played 5, lost 5, despite playing okay. And today he lost his opening 2 games, despite playing okay. And his last 3 games he won. He goes into his Group C campaign feeling pretty chipper.
Well, let's have a look at the results then for the day. 15 games come and gone. And, well, we certainly got our money's worth today, didn't we?
I thought Group A generally, just looking overall, has been fantastic. That beautiful combination of big scoring, high finishing, lots of 180s, the drama, the tension, and, consistency in the end was key, and the right person won. I'm delighted for him. He's so happy downstairs.
Something about Wednesdays and last leg deciders here at the Super Series, Glenn.
That's what it's all about. That's why we love the Motor Super Series. That's why the players want to be here. That's why there's a massive prize to be won there. And, fair play to win. Another great story.
Well, Jake McMillan, the group winner, and, well, he was top of the pile on Monday. Had the lead relinquished a little bit yesterday, but when it came to the big moments today and the big games, he delivered.
This was a very, very enjoyable game as well. And like I said, look at the setup play here. 2:04. I said it was a 2:01 game at that point. That's what I'd be thinking in my mind. And then as he looks at the 6-6 here, last dart in hand, boosh.
And of course, it could have been so easy, as you see the celebration there, it could have been so easy when he's 3-1 down to Leonard to think, well, maybe this isn't to be. Maybe it could be a Group B campaign. It takes a lot in terms of mindset and character to come back from that.
Yeah, honestly, as a dart player, you can look at how much talent you've got, and then you start looking at your skills, your attributes, your character. And you know what? He ticks a lot of those boxes. He's been a real joy to watch. He's got a lovely throw, a lovely temperament, and it's been a great week for the young man.
And he is going to be into Saturday night's final. And even more importantly, he's going to do some sightseeing of Portsmouth. That's always good fun, isn't it, Glenn?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Right, elsewhere, Jim McKuen. Well, he lost against James Richardson and then defeat to Leonard Gates. It just defeats at the wrong time, wasn't it, for him today?
Yeah, I think flashes of real brilliance from the champ, but he's clearly disappointed. Going into Group C might not be a bad thing for Jim. I expect him to dominate that.
You say not a bad thing for what reasons?
I just think he's the type of player, and also the players who are in there as well, the Alan Norrises, the Darren Johnsons. He'll have come across them in the seniors as well. He's got his eye back in now. There's a lot of focus. All eyes were on him on Monday, and sometimes that's really difficult to handle. He's a great player. I think he'll put it right tomorrow and Friday. Well,
we'll see McKuen in Group C. We can have a look now and see how the tournament bracket breaks down in general. Group C is what we're going to see in the afternoon tomorrow. That's from 1 o'clock. Group B is what we're going to see in the evening from 10 p.m. We'll dissect both groups. Begin with Group C first and foremost. Jim McKuen, you would say, would go in as favourite, but you look at particularly the bottom three there. Brett Clayton just come off the tour. Darren Johnson's got a World Championship to prepare for. And Alan Norris has really hit form recently. Yeah, that Group C actually looks tastier than Group B when you put it like that. When you add the Jim McKuen into that and inform Johan Angstrom as well. Like I said, that's a real... And only two can go through from that group. That could be really tough. That could be the one to watch. Do you think Chaz Barstow's fed up of us saying that he's won a week in Southampton but not here? Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know what Chaz Barstow we're going to get as well. The Chaz Barstow I like to remember 2020-21. I thought he was going to go on to really, really big things. I remember him telling me he'd moved home, he was doing various things. And last time we saw a better version of him. Which version are we going to get him this time? But the bookies make him favourite, so yeah, they've got the belief in him. Well, you're not with us now for the rest of the week as we split down into Tuesday and Thursday and Friday in Group B and C. Who do you think gets through to Saturday night and who wins the jackpot? I still think Jim McKuen will qualify from Group C. Picking another one from there, I think my heart says Alan Norris. It'd be great to see him there. Which Brett Clayton are we going to get? I mean, there's a lot of questions to it. I'd like to see them at least play a game before I could say. And Group B is going to be extremely ready tough. But I do think Leonard Gates playing on a night, I think he could dominate Group B. Oh, Duzzy, you're departing us now, aren't you? Yes, I'm off to do a couple of other jobs in mine, but yeah, it's been a terrific group and it's been a real honour to be in the comms box this week. Well, we shall see you again very, very soon. Yeah. Thank you for your company as ever. Thank you for your company at home. We'll be back tomorrow. We've got the double shift for you from 1 o'clock on the Super Series YouTube channel. But as far as Group A is concerned, well, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Captain Canada coming to save the day.